the Georgia Gym Dogs also have visions of a title. The nation's top all-arounder, Richelle Simpson of Nebraska. And Utah's Teresa Kulikowski lead their team's charge while Michigan makes a run for its first title. Who will claim the coveted prize? The 2003 Gymnastics Championships next. Welcome to the Devaney Sports Center in Lincoln, Nebraska for the 2003 NCAA Women's Gymnastics Championships. This year's host school, Nebraska, is seeking its first ever national title, and the Cornhuskers actually coming out of the preliminary competition with the highest team score. So naturally, they're among this year's crop of Super 6 teams, along with top-ranked UCLA, defending champion Alabama, Utah, perennial powerhouse Georgia, and Michigan back in the Super 6 after missing the cut last year. Bonnie Bernstein with you alongside 1996 Olympic gold medalist Amanda Borden. And Amanda, let's start with Alabama. Defending champion, yes, but really in name only. Last year's heavy hitter Andrea Pickens is gone, and Kristen Sterner is this year's only senior on a Tide team, overflowing literally with freshmen.
That's right. This is not the same team. They've had a complete makeover, picking up 7 freshmen. But veterans Kristen Sterner and Gina Rice are hoping that with their experience, they can help lead this young Bama team to a repeat. If anybody can stop that from happening, it's the power-packed UCLA Bruins. They're led by Jamie Dancer and Ani Willis, both whom won NCAA all-around titles. But they're also backed by a lot of strength, especially in the new star freshman Kate Richardson. They have a lot of depth, and they have the opportunity to take home their 4th title. Of course, the home team, University of Nebraska, with one of their strongest teams ever, is hoping that with the home court advantage, as well as some help from this year's all-around champion, Richelle Simpson, that they can pull off an upset and bring home their first ever team championship.
And we go to our first rotation where we have UCLA, the top-ranked team in the country on vault, Utah on bars, beam belongs to Michigan, Georgia on the floor, Nebraska and Alabama have byes, and there will be 6 competitors on each event. The lowest score will be dropped. Valerie Kondos Field, 13th year coaching these Bruins after starting out as an assistant in 1983. Getting set to lead the Bruins off on vaulting, junior, former captain of the Canadian national team, Yvonne Tousek.
Performing a Yurchenko full. Oh, and you can see her left hand actually slipped off, and
very tough way for the Bruins to start off this meet. That's definitely not the way you want your table setter to perform.
Well, she came slow off the board, and as she reached back into the horse, you can see a huge shoulder angle right there, and her left hand actually slipping. And this season, with the new vaulting table, this can really affect. You can see right there her feet clipped the horse, which obviously affected the landing.
And UCLA, Amanda, knows, okay, we've made our one mistake. There's no more room for error on this event. And Yvonne Tousek, with that fall, goes 8-5. Greg Marsden, the winningest gymnastics coach in college history, but this year some inconsistency. Utah's 24-year home win streak in the regular season was snapped, and for the first time in school history, Utah actually had a better record on the road than in Salt Lake. But a bright spot for Utah, Annabeth Eberle, who's up now on bars, one of the nation's best all-arounders.
She is so powerful. You can see right here in this release move, great height on her Tkachev.
Sophomore from Reno, Nevada.
She shows great lines right there, shoots a handstand.
And hitting those handstands is very, very important on this event.
Annabeth's doing a somewhat easy dismount for her, double tuck, looking for a stuck landing.
Little step. Annabeth, a 7-year member of the U.S. national team. Father Joe looking on. And for Annabeth Eberle, a 9-8 to get Utah started on bars. Suzanne Yoklin celebrating her 20th year as the head coach at Georgia. It's been a trying season, to say the least. Injuries at times have forced her to compete just 5 instead of 6 girls on an event. Sierra Sapinar, one of those bogged down with injuries.
Well, this has been a never-ending battle for Sierra. She missed out on the 2000 Olympics due to an elbow injury, missed part of the 2001 season and 2002 season, and you can see here in a practice session, she actually blew out her knee.
This was leading up to preliminaries. Sierra has had 6 surgeries throughout her career, and she's about to have number 7. And filling in for Sapinar on floor is freshman Marie Fjordholm.
She's a very powerful tumbler. This is her second tumbling pass. Nice double tuck.
Marie comes from a family of gymnasts. All three of her sisters compete. Her father was a former Norwegian gymnast, and her mom was a cheerleader for the Miami Dolphins.
Marie won this event at the 2000 American Classic.
She fell on floor, though, in regionals, and it turned out to be one of the worst outings on floor for Georgia the entire season in that meet. No such problems today, however. Setting up for her final pass.
Whip half front full. Good start for Georgia.
Marie Fjordholm, the freshman from Dallas. Georgia faithful on hand. Gym dogs always travel well, don't they?
That's right.
They have one of the best attendance records in the country, as we see Fjordholm's score of a 9.85. And now we go to Michigan. Coach Bev Plocky, the Wolverines making their 12th trip to nationals, and probably the surprise team this year. At times, injuries have forced them to use just 7 gymnasts, missing one of their best in Elise Ray.
That's right. Elise Ray is a key player. She was the 2000 Olympian as well as the 2001 all-around champion, but they've really pulled it together, starting off on a very tough event.
Elise had to have season-ending shoulder surgery back in March. As we take a look at Deiley on beam in progress, setting up for her series.
Very solid gainer back handspring, layout, step out.
Michigan freshman represents the future of Wolverine gymnastics, the Big Ten Freshman of the Year, also a 3-time Junior Olympic national team member out of Dayton, Minnesota.
She has beautiful lines on this event.
Gym macro series, one of the requirements on beam. You mentioned her lines, Amanda. Jenny's one of the taller gymnasts you'll see.
Back handspring, double full. Very nice dismount with solid landing.
She stands at 5'5", but because of those lines, she looks even longer. Jenny getting Michigan off to a solid start on beam with a 9.8. And here we have yet another fab freshman. This is UCLA's Kate Richardson. She is such a spark plug. She's only 5 feet tall, Amanda. Her teammates call her Peanut, fittingly.
She is tiny, but she has a lot of power. This team is so balanced. They have spectacular veterans and quality newcomers like Kate. She's performing a Yurchenko full, great height off the horse.
You see how she just opens it up at the top. Small step on the landing, but still, after a rough start, UCLA back on track on vaulting. With a 9.9 for Kate Richardson, and we're just getting underway in Lincoln.
CBS Sports coverage of the NCAA Women's Gymnastics Championship is sponsored by Singular, the wireless company that fits you best. Vanilla Coke, smooth and intriguing, like we say. And by the new Pontiac Grand Prix, fuel for the soul.